Ellie Parker was a smart and creative girl who had a very big imagination. She could draw dinosaurs riding skateboards and tell stories that made her classmates laugh until their sides hurt. But Ellie had a sneaky habit that kept getting her into trouble. She made excuses for everything. If she didn't do her homework, she'd say, "A raccoon stole it." If she knocked over her glass of juice, she'd say, "The table is wobbly." When she didn't study for a test, she'd tell her teacher, "My brain needed a day off." Mrs. Bloom, her teacher, would just sigh. "Ellie, you're full of excuses. Try being responsible." Ellie would promise to do better, but the next day, a new excuse would pop out of her mouth. One Thursday evening, Ellie sat on her floor, staring at a half-finished science poster about the solar system. It was due tomorrow, but she had spent most of the week drawing space cats instead of planets. She sighed and said to herself, "Maybe I can just tell Mrs. Bloom that a meteor crashed into it." Suddenly, Ellie heard a loud brrr from behind her. She turned and nearly screamed. Sitting on her bed was a big fuzzy orange creature with floppy ears, googly eyes, and sticky notes stuck all over his body. The notes read things like, "It wasn't me, I didn't know, and I forgot." "How hot are you?" Ellie whispered. The creature grinned and waved. "Hi, I'm Moofle. I'm your excuse monster. I grow every time you make an excuse." "My what?" "Your excuses feed me." Delicious. I heard you say something about a meteor." Crunchy. Moofle licked his lips and did a happy little dance. Ellie blinked. "You grow because I make excuses?" "Exactly," Moofle said. "The more you avoid the truth, the bigger I get. And when I get big enough, I make everything harder. You stop trying, and I take over." Ellie looked around her room. It was a mess. Crumpled papers, spilled paint, and half-finished projects everywhere. "Oh no," she muttered. "Have I really been feeding you that much?" Moofle proudly patted his round belly. "You're one of my top snack providers." Ellie didn't know whether to laugh or scream. She looked back at her messy science poster. "I guess I have been making a lot of excuses," she admitted. Moofle gasped. "Careful. That kind of talk makes me shrink." Ellie stood up. "Well, maybe that's a good thing." Moofle's eyes widened. No. Just say a space alien erased your project. Or blame your marker for drying out. Please. No. Ellie crossed her arms. "I'm going to finish this poster tonight." She grabbed her markers and got to work. Moofle groaned and curled into a ball. With every fact she added about the planets, he got smaller. By bedtime, she had drawn all 8 planets, labeled them, and even added little facts like, "Jupiter has 79 moons." Moofle, meanwhile, was now the size of a tennis ball. He looked up at Ellie with big eyes. "What happens if I shrink all the way?"